But just to say, you know what, I'm not going to let you play at all, when it's other 52 other guys that can depend in. Yeah, no. But something happened somehow, and we'll probably never know. It may come out after, a few months when free agency kicks in, because I wouldn't be saying anything either at this point. There's no benefit if it's something that Bill Belichick said, or if you're going to badmouth Bill Belichick or anything like that. There's no benefit of that when you're trying to get on with another team, because Malcolm Butler is an unrestricted free agent. He's obviously probably not coming back to the Patriots, so he's going to go with some team, and that's the last thing that you want to have to answer is, what was this situation about that you spoke about? Get your money, get your deal signed, find out what you want to do, where, when, move your family and all that stuff. Get that stuff situated. And then if you're ready to talk about it, then you talk about it, because obviously while Bill Belichick is there, he is not going back to New England. So, but something happened that week, and it must have been serious. Angry Black Man in the Wait a Minute Show chat room said, if Butler signed with the Lions right now, he would be their best corner. Jelani with the slander on this man's skills. I'm not slandering him, Angry Black Man. What I said is he is a good cornerback. I will give him credit. With him and Darius Slay, I would take that in a heartbeat. Trust. We still got decent corners. We got some young guys that is still trying to find their way. But if Malcolm Butler wanted to come to the Lions and team up with Darius Slay, I would be all for that. But what I'm saying is Malcolm Butler is not a shutdown corner. Because when I say a shutdown corner, I'm talking about Revis, back when he was Revis Island. I mean, he was shutting down, but back to back. Moss, T.O., Larry Fitzgerald, it was whoever was coming on that island. The quarterback wasn't even looking that way. He was like, I'm not throwing that way. I'm not going that way. I'm not looking that way. Ain't even no point. Option number 2, be ready. I'm coming to you. That's what it was. And I'm just saying, respectfully, Malcolm Butler is not that. But if he came to Detroit, I would love him in Detroit, man. I would love him as a Lion, because he's going to bring that grit that you need. And he's a blue collar guy. And the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan, identify with that, and they would love him there. And he played for Matt Patricia, so that will make sense, to go there. Now, Matt Patricia, we're going to talk about him a little bit later, with this whole coaching news, and we'll get into some other coaching news, but that's a little bit down the road of the show. But again, you listen to the Wait a Minute Show with your man Jelani JB Bodie, and Lopan is mad because I haven't said his name too many times. I know, so Lopan is here as well. But make sure you stay tuned for the end of the show. I told you we're gonna have last minute. It keeps calling me. I told you. If you didn't hear it earlier, I'm like Pookie from New Jack City. It keeps calling me, man. Keeps calling me, man. The Big L Award. We're going to do the Big L Award tonight, but also I have a special announcement that I'm going to make at the end of tonight's show. So make sure you stay tuned, for that. So we'll jump into some NBA news as well, get into some basketball, and then we'll get back to this football in just a moment. But the Lakers are in the news, and I know Angry Black Man would probably chime in on this because he loves basketball so much, but Lakers are in the news where they're talking about, the Lakers might be changing their focus and putting all, I guess, their eggs in the basket for 2019, and forget 2018 that's coming up for free agency. So we know that the free agent that everyone is talking about trying to get to the Lakers is LeBron and Paul George. Now, for 2019, some of the players that's out there is going to be Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, and Jimmy Butler. So people are really, thinking that the Lakers is just going to forego a year and just say, you know what, we're going to focus on 2019, maybe, get a draft pick, get some other people here, and then that'll be our big push. And I just don't believe, that to be true, because Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka, to me, they don't function like that. They don't function in the aspect of, you know what, man, let's not even worry about it. Let's not even try. That's not how they built. Magic is one of my relatives works for Magic Johnson. I didn't even know this brother owned a TV station, So she works for him at the TV station. This brother owns theaters. This brother owns Starbucks. He owns, part of a baseball team. Ain't no telling what else Magic Johnson owns. You don't get to that type of status having a mentality of, we're going to wait an extra year. Rob Pelinka background, he went to University of Michigan. He was in there, with the Fat Five, and all that stuff. But he was in that, went to law school, all this stuff. I think he might have been a professional model for Fabio's agency and all this stuff, Pretty Boy and all this. And then he's Kobe's agent, before he took the GM job. You cannot be Kobe's agent thinking about next year. No. So I think they will make the push, they'll still make the push for LeBron. They'll still make the push, for Paul George. You never know what happened, especially in LeBron's situation right now. And there is still time with the Paul George. I think, Paul George, I'm sure he's enjoying himself in OKC. But one thing I think Paul George learned from that whole situation with Indiana is keep your mouth shut and don't say a word. Look at everyone else. LeBron, KD, all these guys that they was like, hey, man, yeah, I'm going to stay here. And then they would leave and everything. Eventually, people forget about that, So it's just like, you don't have to be, straightforward, honest, and just be like, yeah, it'll be cool. I think he's just like, look, let me be quiet. Let me keep my options open. There's no point of locking anything in right now. We'll see what happens. So I think Magic and them is still going to make a push, for them. Because I told you, Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, and Jimmy Butler, obviously, I don't think obviously none of them are LeBron. But with maybe Kawhi, that's about it. In comparison to Paul George, why would Kawhi leave San Antonio? To me, it seems like it's a perfect fit. He's not a guy who's going to be, he doesn't seem like an LA guy, where he needs all that, attention, on him, or he doesn't want that, being focused on him. He's fine in the system. As long as Pop there, I think he's good. Klay Thompson, and he might leave because I can understand he want to get his own team and he want to get a shot. He get an opportunity to play for his father's team. And if Luke Walton is still there, that's somebody he's already familiar with. So that is a small possibility, but I think Klay Thompson will have other options as well for other teams that he could go to. And we don't know what 2019 will look like. And Jimmy Butler, I'm going to say no, because Tibbs is there. And then you got Cat, Wiggins, Jeff Teague, and your boy Taj that was in Chicago with you. Why would he leave that situation when it's about to get popping in Minnesota? I already told you this season, the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win 50 games. Book it. I already booked it. Mo Capella already, marked me down for that. That is a building block. I'm telling you. So I don't see that happening. I really think they're going to make a push this year and see what they can do, and ask maybe for a year. You're going to have to give us a year, LeBron, unless they can find someone else that is, people are sleeping on to be that third option. It could be Lonzo. Lonzo loved passing the ball. So, it'll take the heat, off of him. So, to me, yeah, I don't believe the Lakers is going to be pushing for, 2019. They are going, for it right now. So, Let me go back to the Wait a Minute Show chat room because I love, reading off, what you guys are saying. And if it's something that I have to say, or maybe you make a great point, I'll definitely put that out. So Angry Black Man is back in here saying if the Lakers wait for those guys, it will be a disaster. They better swing for the fences this summer. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you don't lose anything. Angry Black Man is right on with it. Is that you don't lose anything. What do you have right now? Nothing. So if you swing and miss, guess what? Almost every other team in the NBA has swung and missed trying to get LeBron, and some of them don't even get the the chance to talk with the man. So yeah, why not swing for it? And just see what happens. Matt Farrell is saying Cleveland need to make the trade with the Hawks so the Hawks can get that next pick. And he's talking about the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if they're going to come off that pick, Matt Farrell, because if you're talking about that number one pick that they got from the Brooklyn Nets, they don't even want all of the Hawks for that number one. It's going to have to be juicy, at this point. And Mocha Bella said it earlier, is that, the trade deadline is tomorrow, so a lot of people are, trying to play cat and mouse, or, chicken, if you will, and see who's going to buckle. And I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think anything really is going to, pop off. That's going to be anything blockbuster. You have some other, things that go on, but, nothing to me major, I think will happen by tomorrow. You'll have some small trades here and there, but unfortunately the Hawks don't have what they need to get that pick. But what the Hawks can do is stop winning. They won last night. I said they need to get the number one overall or top 3 pick with these kids that's coming out of college. And next year, like Trey Waynes and all, we assume that they are, coming out, and be a top 3 pick, lose, try and stay, competitive or whatever. But that's the way you're going to do it. I said the same thing about Detroit, with the Pistons. Unfortunately, the realistic world for the Pistons is you're not going to get a big free agent. History has shown itself. Look, tell me who the Atlanta Hawks or the Detroit Pistons has got as a free agent that was a big name person that everybody wanted. Nobody. They either drafted or they had a nucleus that worked with someone that they traded for. And Atlanta hasn't made great trades. Detroit hasn't made, the greatest trades, up into this Blake thing. They swung for the fences, like Angry Black Man is saying. So I really think that, that's what the Hawks is going to have to do, man. They're just going to have to draft and then build around that person and show them what this city, could be like if they are, in fact, the man, Mac Farrell said, Jelani, that pick can be used with another first to jump back into the lottery. Anything is possible, Mac. So, I won't, totally shoot it down, but I just think it's going to be, pretty hard, for the Hawks to get that pick, but anything is possible. And then unfortunately, that leads me into the other possibility as far as like anything is possible. And another injury has happened in the NBA, and Porzingis, Kristaps Porzingis, is gone for the year with a torn ACL in his left knee. So it is sad. I don't like seeing guys get hurt. I mean, we started off the season with the Gordon Hayward injury and everything, and then we lost Jeremy Lin to an injury. We're losing Boogie Cousins to an injury, and all this stuff. So it's never good because the NBA will keep rolling, but you definitely want to see, these guys play. And Porzingis was one of those guys that people wanted to see play, especially in the city of New York. So, what does this mean for the New York Knicks? at this point. And to me, for the immediate future of this season, doesn't mean too much. I don't think any of us really had the Knicks, make any, power move